Hi, this is the man from Modesto. I'm making a video response today to comment on this beating of a man at a checkpoint, completely illegal. These people kept quoting from Article 287, saying that they had authority. Well, I just did some research on that, and I want to read to you what kind of authority the Border Patrol has. Let's see, from Article 287.8, Part B, interrogation and detention not amounting to arrest. That's the title of the paragraph. Interrogation is questioning designed to elicit specific information. Now here's their authority. An immigration officer, like any other person, they're saying, it's a basic right. Anybody can ask anybody some questions. You can ask me some questions if you want, right? Has the right to ask questions of anyone as long as the immigration officer does not restrain the freedom of an individual not under arrest to walk away. So they kept telling him that he wasn't under arrest, but yet they didn't allow him to leave the area, to walk away, right? In this case, to drive away. 2, if the immigration officer has a reasonable suspicion based on specific articulable, not a word by the way, articulable facts, that the person being questioned is or is attempting to be engaged in an offense against the United States or is an alien illegally in the United States, the immigration officer may briefly detain the person. So here are the two cases where they are allowed to detain him. One, they think he's an alien illegally in the United States. 2, what was the other thing? Oh, engage in an offense against the United States. So from the video that we saw, there's another video of him being stopped by them. They also detain him for at least 27 minutes in that incident. They don't have a right to detain that man or any other man. Okay, now, non-deadly force. This is all from, I'm going to read, all this is from their own Article 287. Non-deadly force. The use of non-deadly force. Non-deadly force is any use of force other than that which is considered deadly force. Okay, now here's deadly force. Deadly force is any use of force that is likely to cause death or serious physical injury. Now, if you're cramming someone's face into broken glass, do you think that might cause some serious facial scarring, or maybe cause them to lose an eye, or maybe even crush some glass? If you push someone's head onto a broken window that your partner just broke, do you think that maybe some of that glass might get crushed up into their eye, maybe push back, maybe kill them? It seems like that's within the realm of the possible, that you could kill or seriously injure this person. Sounds like deadly force. And later it says that they're only allowed to use deadly force if they think that they're personally or another immigration officer is in danger of losing their life, is in physical danger. Then you can use deadly force. So these people are applying a force which reasonably could be considered maybe deadly. Pushing someone's face into glass, putting your jackboot on the back of his head. That sounds like deadly force to me. The authority for this whole part, Article 287, goes back to the Secretary of Homeland Security, and even in the paragraph defining that he has authority to authorize these Border Patrol agents, it says that he can only do so according to the extent of the law. And the law of the land is the Constitution. And he quoted the Fourth Amendment to these men, and they're still saying, no, we're going to do what we want. So they're way out of line. Okay. Exercise of power, Article 287.5, exercise of power by immigration officers. Power and authority to interrogate and administer oaths. Any immigration officer, as defined in this section, is hereby authorized and designated to exercise anywhere in or outside the United States, even outside the U.S. The power conferred by this section, 287A1 of the Act, to interrogate without warrant any alien or person believed to be an alien concerning his or her right to be in the United States. So, he's not believed to be an alien. They never even accuse him of being an alien. To take and consider evidence to pass the United States, blah, 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 blah. Right? So now here are the powers that are given to them. A power to patrol the border, power and authority to arrest aliens, to arrest persons for the act, or persons for felonies regulating the admission or removal of aliens, arrest persons for any offense against the United States, arrest persons for any felony. So that's the most general clause they have there, is a felony. So they're saying that the dog approached the car and somehow ascertained that he was committing a felony. Well, we think there's drugs in the car. Not every amount of drugs is a felony. You have to assume he has a felony amount of drugs in there. Over here in the more information, I'm going to post the contact information so you can complain to the Department of Homeland Security. The phone number is 1-800-323-8603, 1-800-323-8603, and that's how you can lodge a complaint. Or you can, I'm going to put the address over here, you can send them a snail mail letter. So these people clearly violated the Fourth Amendment. I'm asking everyone to go back to the other video, favorite it, comment on it, rate it, make a video response, and we just need to amp that video up. I want it to be on the all-time highest list so that it's there forever. Because these people have no right to, they can stop him and ask him some questions just like any other person, but they don't have any right to detain him at all. They already violated his constitutional rights when they held him without cause, and they definitely were outside of their range when they said that the dog who walks up to the car, everybody sees the TV where the dog's like scratching like this. We know what the drug sniffing canine does, and the dog's going to come up and ascertain by just walking up and walking off. How do you tell the difference between when the dog sees nothing? That's totally bogus, and we know that there are these Rambo Gestapo thugs who think it's cool and laugh, and just like a cool story like this other agent did while he was in pain holding his urine, that they can just go and say, hey, we're going to do what we want, we're just going to make an excuse. This man has another video where the guy tells him, you know what, I'm holding you because I think you're a terrorist. Well, that officer is a terrorist. I mean, how scary is it to think, man, someone's going to label me a terrorist? How will I where will I go? What will I do if I'm labeled as a terrorist? Now that's causing fear. Invoking fear and intimidation is a terror tactic. Causing terror inside my person by creating fear in me, by saying stuff like that, by accusing me of felonies, by detaining me against my will, by ignoring my constitutional rights. How is that not terrorism? That's far more within the definition of terrorism than to just drive your car to work. I'm driving down the road in my car. That's an act of terrorism? That's reasonable cause? Absolutely not. These people are way outside even before they scarred his face, even before they broke his windows out, even before deadly force. What's deadly force? 1 taser, 2 tasers, 3 tasers? These guys need to be removed. They need to be shut down. These officers, C. Diaz, B. Griffith, E. Gomez, you guys are a shame to everyone who wears a uniform. You're a shame to law enforcement. You're a shame to the United States of America. And only if, because this man's a Christian pastor, only if you make a public apology to all of America and to this guy expressly and admit that you did wrong and ask him for mercy, only then should you be forgiven. Otherwise, you should all be heavily penalized, if not fired. That's all I have to say.